this one, and we're going to get right to the starting lineups, as it'll be Todd Beamer. I'll put up first there, and let's take a look at what they got going for eighth-year head coach Corey Alexander. First of all, starting will be Ollie Hardwell. She is a 5'1 sophomore guard. Also starting as a 5'9 senior guard, Sheree Trotter. Starting as a 5'2 senior guard will be Najaya Forks. Starting as a 5'9 senior guard will be Aaliyah Alexander. And also a senior 6-foot forward, Brooklyn Humphrey. Assistant coach is Bria Rice. Volunteer coaches Diane Alexander and Dan Affelwork. That is the Todd Beamer Titans. Again, starting for them is Hardwell, Trotter, Forks, Alexander, and Humphrey. Now let's take a look at, as they put on their roster, the sisterhood. This would be the Lincoln Lady Abes out of Tacoma, just up from the Tacoma Dome there. And I should mention, too, that Todd Beamer, named after one of the great American heroes. Let's roll, Todd Beamer, that guy who was very instrumental in 9/11 and trying to save the plane from going down on that very sad day in our country's history. Taking a look at the Lincoln Abes, their coach in seventh year is Jamila Jones, and announces this starting lineup. Starting as a 5'6 junior guard, Crystal Asen. Also starting as a 5'2 sophomore guard, Azria Blackburn. 6'4" forward junior, Sharia Johnson, also known as Ray. That's what I'll call her throughout the game. Starting as a 5'1 senior guard, that is Elizabeth Frazier. And starting as a 5'5 freshman guard, Milani Warren. So you've got Asen, Blackburn, Johnson, Frazier, and Warren. And the assistant coaches, Shauna Thomas, Stephen Stanley, Melanie Jones, and Kat Cooper. And both these teams making it to the postseason last year. I'll break that down as we go along. Todd Beamer will be in their green uniforms with white letters and trim for Lincoln. White uniforms with blue numbers and letters trimmed by gold. It is the Titans and the Abes. Now, Lincoln, one of two Lincoln high schools in the area. We just had Lincoln of Seattle reopen here in the last part of or in the fall, just a few months ago. So both Lincoln schools back on board. And in our first game, it was Newport 67, Curtis 48. And I did get confirmation, as I was talking about earlier, Curtis automatically will play tomorrow against the winner of this game. The loser of this game will play against another fill-in team. That is Meadowdale, and that will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tom Lafferty will have the action for that one. He'll also have the 2:45 game tomorrow, and the game's coming up today. Mike Buchholz will take over after me. Taking the ball is Beamer to start things off. Look at that great ball movement as they get it done very quickly. Coming through with the basket is Trotter. So they get off to a 2-0 lead. And here we go, game number 2. That one's going to come off the rim. Quick rebound by Beamer. Senior Alexander getting the basketball. Now into front court once again to Sheree Trotter. And here they go. They just look like they got fresh legs. They are ready to get after it here early. Soft touch, a little bit too soft, doesn't get the ball to drop. And the Abes will come out of backcourt. So you have a 4A team from the North Puget Sound League in Beamer against Lincoln, a 3A school. 6 conferences represented in this tournament. Second annual Top of the Peak tournament. Great job by Beamer with the poke right there, getting it knocked away. Turnover for Lincoln, and we have a foul. That one is going to go against Lincoln.
Fouls on number 24, Milani Warren.
Milani Warren called for the foul, her first. First team foul in the game for either team. 2 shots on the way. Swirls out of there. At the foul line is Sheree Trotter. She scored the only 2 points of the game so far, almost a minute in to the first quarter here at Glacier Peak High School, home of the Grizzlies. Next one is good. Glacier Peak, the defending champions from the inaugural top of the peak tournament, and the only returning team. There's 10 teams in this tournament. Garfield was going to play, but they backed out due to another commitment, so they had to get 3 teams to help fill in: Newport, Meadowdale, and Lake Stevens. Underneath, that's going to be a miss, and it will go out of bounds. Last touched. It looks like they're going to talk it over. The officials, to get on the same page. Our presenting sponsor, Speedway Chevrolet in Monroe. Visit speedwaychevrolet.com. They are in business since 2000, family owned and operated. It is a Lee Johnson dealership, so you know they have great quality, excellent service there. Anything tied into Lee Johnson is going to be very well run. Knocked out of bounds, last touched by Lincoln. On the scoreboard, Todd Beamer is the visiting team, and Lincoln is the home team. Stolen away. First turnover by Beamer. Each team with 1. They go into front court here. Lincoln looking a little bit loose, and that's going to be last touched by Todd Beamer. 3-0. Todd Beamer up by the 3 points, as Lincoln has not scored yet. They will inbound on the right baseline. Working around it, and we'll probably see in this game, much like we saw in the first game, where it takes each team 2, 3, 4 minutes to get into some kind of a groove. Stealing it and driving the other way is Ollie Hardwell. Her cousin, Kimara Hardwell, plays on the team. She'll be wearing number 11. That one's last touched by Lincoln. Beamer basketball, almost 2 minutes into the first quarter here, and only 3 points on the scoreboard. They go inside. There's a double team, steps around it. Not quite enough on that shot. Great rebound. Coming through is Hardwell. Resets the shot clock. That was a beautiful drive. Trotter getting it done. She now has 5 points. All 5 points in the game for either team. 5-0 is the lead. Beamer on top. We're going to have a timeout called by Lincoln. 5:38 to go, first quarter. And Todd Beamer up 5-0 here on STSPN.com.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
Welcome back to Glacier Peak High School. Mark Ockett bringing you the action on STSPN.com. 2 more games to follow this one. Glacier Peak will play Mount Spokane at 4:30. Glacier Peak, the host school. That one's coming loose. Lincoln has control of the basketball. Good step-in move, but too much traffic. Blackburn couldn't get it done. Beamer gets control of it. That was a great pass, and look, she just couldn't quite squeeze the trigger on it. They get another crack at it, and that seems to be the case as Beamer getting a couple of chances down court again. 3 minutes into the first quarter, 5-0. Todd Beamer on top. Batted around, and good outlet pass right there. There's Trotter. Waits for the defender to go by, misses the shot, and too much on that one. It's going to be a foul against Crystal Asen, which would be her first foul. Second team foul. No team fouls as of yet against Todd Beamer. Going to the foul line with 2 shots for the Titans will be Aaliyah Alexander. She averages 19 points per game. Here she goes to the line. Missed. They're now 1 for 3 from the line. Sheree Trotter went 1 for 2 earlier. Trotter, the leading scorer, with 5 points. In fact, she's got them all. 4:50 to go, first quarter. Quick spin on that one, and she connects on it. So now 6-0. Beamer putting the pressure on in backcourt. Near steal right there, almost a foul as well. Lincoln into front court, bounce pass over on the right side, and look at how far they're held out. Beamer just doing a great job converging, but there's a seam, and Sharia Johnson puts it in. 2 points for her. She averages 18 points and 10 rebounds a game, a double-double, and finally, Lincoln is on the scoreboard. It took them 3 minutes and 40 seconds to do so. Missing, well, they can close the gap a little bit more right here. Rebound that time by Asen. Drives in, misses. There's a miss on the shot, and Beamer gets the rebound quickly out of backcourt. In the front, oh, she traveled. Second turnover of the game for the Todd Beamer Titans. Todd Beamer High School in the very south part of Federal Way near I-5. Just about on the Fife border down there. Then you drop down into that area. And so they're not too far from the Tacoma Dome. And that's where they want to be here in a couple of months. Who wouldn't? For the state tournament. Lincoln with the basketball, posting up high that time is Johnson. Yeah, they're having some trouble trying to get inside. Johnson did get in the last time. There is a drive and a miss. And getting the rebound will be Brooklyn Humphrey. Here comes Beamer out of backcourt to drive in. We're going to have a blocking foul called against Lincoln. It looks like 2 shots are coming up. Heading to the foul line will be Aaliyah Alexander. That'll be the 3rd team foul against Lincoln. This one's going on Milani Warren, her 2nd foul. The other foul belongs to Crystal Asen. And at the foul line is Alexander. She is 1 for 2 from the line so far, now 1 for 3. And they are 2 for 5 from the line. A couple of substitutions for Lincoln. One of those would be Delina Wilson. Alexander will give it another try. Gets it this time. 7-2. Beamer got off to a 6-0 start. Not a lot of major offense in this game, really, so far for either team. In the first game, Curtis led Newport 16-11 at the end of the first quarter. And again, the final in that one was Newport 67, Curtis 48. Another foul coming up. That's going to be the 4th team foul against Lincoln.
Fouls on number 2,
Crystal Asen called for her 2nd foul, so she has 2 and Warren have 2. And still no team fouls against Todd Beamer with 3:14 to go in the first quarter. Todd Beamer out of the North Puget Sound League, reformed just a few years ago. That's the league my school was in. I went to Tyee High School a few years ago, and they were a North Puget Sound League team. We had 12 in the league at that point in time. And then it went away for a long time. It really created the Seamont League. There's a held ball. And then with certain schools changing their classifications, and they brought back the North Puget Sound League. And they also were able to break up with the huge amount of teams in the South Puget Sound League and redistribute them around to create the North Puget Sound League, recreate it. Underneath, oh, that was well done. Well done. Wilson comes through off the pass from Johnson. 7-4 the score, 2:36 to go in the first quarter. This one moving along pretty quickly. Reach in. That looks to be against Johnson. Would be her first foul and the 5th team foul against Lincoln.
Reaching foul, number 10.
Still no team fouls against Todd Beamer. Winner of this game will play Curtis tomorrow at 4:30. Off the mark. Beamer gets the board. They've been doing a good job with that, getting a couple of cracks at it. Now finally Lincoln, and then it's going to go back to Beamer. Here come the Titans out of backcourt. 2:12 to go, first quarter. She really just kind of flung that one up there. We got a whistle and a foul. Hardwell looks to be going to the foul line. 2 shots coming up as that one's going to go against Lincoln. That foul is against Sharia Johnson, her 2nd. 6th team foul. So they have 3 players with 2 fouls each. Asen, Johnson, and Warren. Whoa. Almost went over the top of the backboard the other direction. In for Lincoln will be Chichi Fafita, a junior. Seeing her first action of the game with 2:09 to go in the first quarter. 7-4. Todd Beamer on top. That one's also a miss. Looks like they got to work on those foul shots a little bit. Lincoln gets the board. They'll come out of backcourt. Exactly 2 to go in the first quarter. Nearly intercepted. Here come the Abes, and that one's partially deflected out of bounds by Todd Beamer. Lincoln will have the basketball. 3-point basket would tie it right here. We have not seen that from either team. We got a foul. There's no doubt about that. She was grabbed going in. Fafita will get 2 shots. This will be the first trip to the line for Lincoln. Foul goes against Brooklyn Humphrey, her first. And finally, a team foul against Tom Beamer with 6:20 into the first quarter. There's a miss. We're not seeing a great display on either side for foul shots. So far, Beamer is 3 for 8, and now Lincoln goes 0 for 2. Todd Beamer with the rebound. They'll come out of backcourt. Half-court offense is set. Trotter with the basketball between the legs. Good job passing the ball around, looking for the right shot, coming up on 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Handling it is Hardwell. Dumps it off, 5 seconds. Now 3, they're going to have to fire something off, and the shot clock will go off. That turns it over, third turnover of the game with 1:18 to go in the first quarter, and still just a 7-4 lead, only 11 points scored so far. We got a timeout on the floor, and we'll keep it right here. 7-4 is the score. So just, again, taking a look at what's coming up in the next 2 games here this afternoon. Remember, there are 4 total each day. Glacier Peak will play Mount Spokane at 4:30, and then it's Kent Ridge against Eastlake. That's going to be a great matchup. Eastlake is the defending 4A state girls champion. That will be at 6:15 p.m. We'll start again tomorrow at 1 p.m., 2:45, 4:30, and 6:15. Now here we go. Lincoln a 3-ball away from tying it still. And that's been sitting at 7-4 for a little while now. Frazier will inbound. And handling the basketball is Zanaya Banks. Oh, good pick right there. Here comes Beamer. Can they close it? Yes. Trotter, 7 points for her. 7 of the 9 points. The other 2 belong to Aaliyah Alexander. 1 minute exactly to go here in the first quarter. That's nearly thrown away. Foul. Beamer's second team foul.
Fouls on number 40, Aji Sterling. Todd Beamer on the floor.
That foul is going to go against Aji Sterling, her first. 16 fouls called against Lincoln. Inbound pass, she's wide open over there. You got to make those shots, especially in a game you're down 9-4. That first game was 9-4 Curtis, and they led 16-11 at the end of the first quarter. And boy, did Newport come back twice from 9-4 and 16-11. The second time, they never looked back, building up a 22-point lead at one point in time. Beamer will go the other direction. Chance to build it up to 7. Their biggest lead has been 6. They got 7 now. Coming through is Alexander. She now has 4 points. 11-4 is the score. Elbow thrown right there, stiff forearm. That is going to go against Sheree Trotter, her first. Third team foul, now 3 team fouls to 6. Double team looking good down there. Blackburn. They are stopping for just a second here, looking to see. The shot clock should be dead. They were looking up towards the shot clock. Maybe they just got a little bit confused as to the fact that there is no shot clock at this point in time with 18.5 to go in the first quarter. Set to inbound will be Blackburn right in front of the Beamer bench. Jamila Jones is in his 7th year as head coach for the Lincoln A's. Lincoln will work for one shot, down by 7 points. Biggest lead of the game for Todd Beamer. The stack out there on the right baseline. Air ball, 5 seconds to go in the quarter. We have a push off on the rebound. That looks to be going against the Lincoln A's. So that'll be their 7th foul. That is against Delina Wilson. Her first, but it should be 1-1. 4.4 to go here in the first quarter. Yeah, with 7 fouls, it wasn't an offensive foul. It was a loose ball foul or a check there after the missed shot. So they'll go the other way. And heading to the foul line for the 3rd time here in the first quarter will be Aaliyah Alexander. She will have 1-1 to try to extend that lead for the Todd Beamer Titans. They've struggled from the line, 3 for 8. Both teams have combined 3 for 10. Makes that one. 5 points. There's only 2 that have scored for Todd Beamer. Trotter has 7. Alexander with 5. Coming back in for the Titans is Najea Forks. Now an 8-point lead. Just be patient, concentrate, and you can build it up to a 9-point lead. There it is. That looked good. Both of those look good. 13-4. That might be the score to end the first quarter. Pressure defense applied. Beamer doing a great job. 3-pointer way off the mark. All right, 13-4 is the score at the end of the first quarter. Todd Beamer holding court here early on. And we will be back with second quarter action in Game 2 of the second annual Top of the Peak Holiday Girls Tournament right here at Glacier Peak High School on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Established as a residential heating and air conditioning installation company with 2 employees, and it's grown strong, and it is there to serve you. GNS Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning. We have a foul as the second quarter starts. 13-4 the score. Todd Beamer leading throughout. They got off to a 6-0 lead. That'll be team foul number 8 against Lincoln. They're struggling in this one. Loser of this game will play against Meadowdale tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Lee Alexander goes to the foul line for the 4th time already. Connects on that one. It looks like she's found her groove. Not to jinx her, but she's hit 4 in a row after going 1 for 3 to start things off. Now up to a 10-point lead, 14-4. There's another one. So Alexander has 8 points. She leads all scorers. Next up is Sheree Trotter, her teammate, with 7. 15-4. 11-point lead here early in the second quarter. I'll try that 3-ball again. Real short off the glass. Getting the rebound will be Trotter. Goes a full court pass. Too strong with that one. On the miss that time, missing. And so now Todd Beamer will have the basketball. That miss was by Ajaya Forks. Underneath, nearly stolen away. Push off. We got 1 and 1. That's the way it's going to be the rest of the way, as Beamer's going to be heading to the line quite a bit. They've already been there a lot. Team foul number 9 against Lincoln. That foul is going to go on Milani Warren, her 3rd foul. At the line again is Alexander for the 5th time already. 8 points in the game to lead all scorers with 7:16 to go in the second quarter. All Beamer so far in this one. First one good. That is now 6 in a row. And a 12-point lead at 16-4. Next one on the way. Also, man, those are just perfect, too. She's hit 7 in a row, 10 points in the game, all but 2 from the foul line. 8 for 10 from the line. 17-14, biggest lead of the game. Lincoln has not led in this one. In fact, they were down 6-0, so they even got to the 6 points yet. Having a tough time here, and part of it is because of shots like that. They've missed a lot of those, just really nowhere close. As Beamer gets the rebound, they'll come out of backcourt. Lincoln tries to tighten up on the defense. They're from the Pierce County League. 3-1 so far, tied for 2nd in conference play, 4-1 overall. Will drive in, doesn't shoot. 8 on the shot clock. That nearly rolls out of bounds. If that bowling, that would have been a perfect strike. Too short on the shot. Shot clock goes off, but Lincoln's already got it back. Down by 13. They'll go the other direction. Johnson can't get that to drop. Another board by Beamer. Great outlet pass to Trotter. Missed. I don't know how she missed that one. So just really kind of sloppy here all of a sudden over the last minute or so. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lincoln with the basketball. Wow. Just real ugly so far. I got to be honest, Lincoln just cannot string anything together. They can't get any points. Double dribble. That'll be turnover number 4 against Todd Beamer. 5 for Lincoln. Banks, they'll make that Hardwell back into the game for the Titans. Also, Asen rejoins the Lincoln lineup with 5:49 to go in the second quarter. And the Beamer 13-point lead. They'll reset it over there. Lincoln averaging 54.8 points per game. Average giving up 40.4, so a real nice positive of 14.4. But definitely struggling in this one. There's another turnover as it's ripped away by Todd Beamer. Now into front court. Intercepted. Here comes Lincoln trying to get those points. Sitting at 4 for a long time now. About 6 minutes worth. Poked away. Each team with 6 turnovers. Abe's, you got to hit this one. Can't get it done. As they continue to struggle from the field, and that's a lost dribble. Last touch they saved by Lincoln. It'll be Titans basketball with 5:08 to go in the second quarter. And I'm not going to lie to you, this has not been pretty. The first game was a lot more beautiful than this one, as those two teams really played each other very competitively. This is an early blowout right here. Lincoln just cannot hit a shot. They've missed 9 in a row and struggled with the fouls. They've got 19 fouls. Beamer with just 3. Titans handling the basketball. Alexander driving through. She's going to draw another foul. Short on the shot, no foul. Not enough contact. Gets the rebound. Out it goes. Finds Halo Parks, who delivers 19-14. 4:35 to go second quarter. 15-point lead. Not Lincoln's day at this point. Driving through, she just fires up a prayer right there. Getting the rebound is Parks. Parks averages 9.5 points per game. Not in the starting lineup. She is at 6'1". 6 seniors for Beamer, 2 seniors for Lincoln. So they've got that experience advantage as the Beamer Titans. And just working it now, 3:58 to go. There's a great step around move. Can't finish the deal, gets her own rebound short. Yeah. They'll have a third try at it and lots of time on the shot clock, so they can run this one down as we start inching closer to halftime. We'll take a break at halftime and then come back, take a look at some numbers, and then get ready to roll for the second half. Why not try that one? 3-pointer and a miss. Give it a shot. Banks getting the rebound. Still, neither team has hit a 3-point basket with 3:23 to go in the second quarter. Drive in. Jeez, there's a lid on that basket. They cannot hit anything, Todd.
Measure it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Although that's as close as they've been for a while, it's really been a tough first half. They're sitting at 4 points, and that's exactly what they had at the end of the first quarter. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Beamer for their 7th turnover. It's tough, though, Todd, when you've got less experience on the Lincoln team, and they just, shooting-wise, have not had any kind of a stroke. It was 13-4 at the end of the first quarter, and Lincoln getting outscored 6-0 here in the second quarter. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig bringing you the play-by-play on STSPN.com.
That's why they have these Christmas tournaments, is to get some experience in these girls, because these are non-league games. And
lead pass, you better make that one. They do. That's Sheree Trotter, 2 points and a great pass to find her. 21-4 is the score, biggest lead of the game of 17, and a timeout called. 2:39 to go second quarter. Todd Beamer up by 17 points on STSPN.com.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
We are back here, and the second quarter well into progression, 21-4. Lincoln is leading. Todd Beamer is leading. Lincoln has not scored in the second quarter. Only 8 points for Beamer, but 8-0. Oh, Johnson with a great move. Sheree Johnson. Fourth points of the game, and they finally get it about 5.5 minutes into the second quarter. That is a rough, long stretch. They worked it inside instead of going with those prayers they've been throwing up from the outside. Johnson can get in there. Oh, that's a great three-pointer. Alexander coming through. First three-pointer of the game. 24-6. Biggest lead of the game for the Todd Beamer Titans. If you're just tuning in, they got off to a 6-0 start and have never looked back. 2 shots will be coming up. That foul is against Beamer. Called on Halo Parks, her first. 4th team foul. We've got Sheree Johnson going to the foul line with 2 shots. Lincoln is 0 for 2 so far. Chichi Fafita missed 2 shots from the line in the first quarter. Good. Johnson now with 5. Little hope there for the Lincoln Abes. Aji Sterling, sophomore, checking back in for the Todd Beamer Titans. They had a great year last year. 16-4 in league play. They closed out with 10 wins. 10 consecutive wins to close out the season. They just got rolling and kept rolling. Out of bounds. Last touch by Beamer. Turnover number 8. Actually, they've thrown it away or had it stolen away more than Lincoln has. Lincoln with 6 turnovers. 1:48 to go, second quarter, 24-8 the lead. Johnson with the lead pass to Banks. Johnson needs to come out of that outside the arc high post. He needs to get down low. They need to work more shots like that. There's going to be 2 shots coming for Asen. This foul is called against Sheree Trotter, her second. 5th team foul. So Asen goes to the foul line. Lincoln is 2 for 4 from the line. Todd, we really, because you've been putting some things together technically to make sure we're all in tip-top form, but we haven't really had a chance to talk much yet during the broadcast. But, wow, what a great field for this tournament, huh?
Oh, it's really awesome. Plenty of really great parking, which is always key, right?
Oh, it really is. They got a great parking lot out there. That's an excellent point. Come on. Come on by. Come to the game and games. And bring your mobile device because you can follow along and listen to the play-by-play and some color in there as we move through this tournament for today, for tomorrow, for Monday.
A lot of games.
Yeah, a lot of games. And you were all, what did you set up last night?
We did. We were here and got everything. Well, we thought we had everything, but you know how that always goes.
Yeah, you're all, when you leave the house or where you're coming from, you're always going, did I get everything? That foul was against Aji Sterling. Second foul. 16 foul. There won't be shots. They started to head to the line. There will be after this one if it gets that far along. 1:04 to go, second quarter. 24-10. Lincoln gets set to inbound. Here come the Abes out of backcourt. Well, looks like Beamer got a hand on it that time. Less than a minute to go in the second quarter. Dropping it home will be the Titans. Coming through that time is Brooklyn Humphrey, her first 2 points of the game. Up by 16 now. Their biggest lead has been 18. There's a travel. Just under 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. I suppose if you're Lincoln, obviously you know you got a big mountain to climb, and you need to start working on those field goals. That's something that they're going to need to talk about at halftime as we get closer to that. Hardwell will have the basketball, and they'll just take and work some time off the clock. Picked up by the other number 1, Banks. Into front court, Alexander. She's had a real strong first half. Halo Parks really did a good job putting the ball on the floor after getting the pass from Alexander. You like to see that. Good ball handling right in that paint area, which isn't always easy. And she just put enough spacing between herself and the opponent to get the job done. 2 seconds, 1, and off the back of the board. That will be the end of the first half. Great half for Beamer as they get 28-15 in the second quarter. Very balanced there, and a very tough half for Lincoln. At least they finally got their offense going. It took them 5.5 minutes to finally score in the second quarter, but they ended up with 6 points in the quarter. 10 in the half. It's 28-10, and we will take a break. Come back with more here on STSPN as we get close to the start of the second half. Thanks for being with us, everybody.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
All right, folks, we're getting ready for the start of the third quarter, second half. Mark Ockett along with Todd Elvig, and your play-by-play guy for the next two games, Mike Buckholtz, has arrived. Always great to see him. We work for another network on radio and have been doing that together for over 10 years, so it's fun to see Buck in the house. 28-10 is the score. Todd Beamer in command from the get-go, got out to a 6-0 lead, and they have held that lead ever since, outscoring the Lincoln Aves of Tacoma 13-4 in the first quarter and 15-6 in the second quarter. Beamer will have the ball going from your left to right in the green uniforms as they get going here in the second half. And this game started at, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Oh, 2:45. And so the first game started at 1 o'clock. This one might be done by 4 with the way it's gone. Beamer with the basketball. Just to keep you up to date on some stuff, each team turned the ball over 8 times in the first half. Beamer had certainly a lot more foul shots. That was the key because Lincoln with 9 fouls in that first half, 6 for Beamer, but they came late, most of them. Miss on the right side off the 3 ball, knocked out of bounds, and that will be Lincoln basketball. Leah Alexander went to the foul line a total of 5 times in that first half, and she was 8 for 10. And the other way, they were 1 for 4, so 9 for 14. Stolen away. And, boy, she just really didn't really look, just put it up there, and that's going to be a foul at the end of all that with 7:20 to go in the third quarter. The foul goes against Sheree Trotter. That's her 3rd foul. First team foul against the Todd Beamer Titans out of South Federal Way. One of 4 schools and high schools in the Federal Way School District. The other being the Decatur Golden Gators by Twin Lakes. Oh, that was a really good inside move by Johnson, but she couldn't finish it off. Beamer gets the board. Out of bounds, last touch by Lincoln. So you've got Todd Beamer, Decatur, Federal Way right there on 99. They rebuilt the entire high school. That was just a couple years ago, and that is also where Mike Buckholtz starred as a high school player for the Federal Way Eagles. And then a little further down the road and on the other side of 99 is Thomas Jefferson. Coming through, Halo Parks, 4 in the second quarter, her first 2 here in the third. 6 in the game, and it's now a 20-point lead at 30-10. This is the biggest lead for Todd Beamer. Way off the mark. Getting the rebound will be Elizabeth Frazier, and Lincoln gets a fresh 30 on it to try again. Rhea Blackburn as Rhea passes over on the right side. Johnson again. Soft touch, and with the left hand, gets it done.
Basket for Lincoln by number 10, Shariah Johnson.
She now has a total of 8 points. Couple from the foul line. Miss on the other end. As Lincoln quickly out of backcourt. Nope. Beamer again with the board, and controlling will be Najea Forks. Averages 8 points a game, but has not scored as of yet in this one. In the first game, it was Newport 67, Curtis 48. Also, Glacier Peak coach Brian Hill is a Federal Way graduate. We're getting some love from down there in the Fed. I'm not from too far from there, about 7 miles up. 3-point basket. Hardwell connecting. That's just the second 3-pointer for either team. And a 21-point lead. Lincoln ends up with it again, 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. They just are having such a tough time. Lids on the other end this time. As Beamer will control the basketball and quickly out of backcourt. Ooh, Halo Parks cannot hold on to it. First turnover of the quarter for Todd Beamer. I was talking about they went 16-4 in the regular season and then 3-3 in postseason play last year. That's the Todd Beamer Titans to finish at 19-7. Lincoln going 15-5. They had a great season too, but they lost some players. Just the 2 seniors on board. Double team. Johnson tries it again. Good move. 10 points now. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and a 19-point lead for Todd Beamer. The Newport won that first game by 19. They just are here for the one game. Curtis will play the winner of this game, and the loser will play against Meadowdale tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Off the backside of the rim, Asen gets the rebound, playing with a couple of points, going strong coast to coast. Can't get the deal done there. Getting the rebound is Alexander. I'd say she's a leading candidate for player of the game from Todd Beamer. Drops another one home. 15 points in the game and leads both teams in scoring. Again, up to a 21-point lead. Intercepted. Alexander again gets it. 4 in the quarter, 17 in the game. 23-point lead, 37-14. We may get the running clock at 40 points. Almost stolen away again. 11 turnovers for Lincoln. There's Johnson. Doubled up her point output from the first half. 6 in the first half, 6 in the third quarter. And it's 37-16, 3:53 to go third quarter. Timeout has been called by Lincoln. We'll return with more on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Thanks, everybody, for being with us. 3:53 to go, third quarter. Todd Beamer is leading Lincoln of Tacoma 37-16. And the Titans have the basketball in the green uniforms. I'm Mark Ockett along with Todd Elbig. Sarah Elbig also helping out. She's a senior here at Glacier Peak. And, hey, Todd, she has been awarded a great scholarship, too, hasn't she? Tell us about that.
She was. She was awarded the Gabby Scholarship Award, which was set up.
Thrown out of bounds. Last touch by Beamer. Go ahead.
In remembrance of Rory Rosabaugh's daughter.
Tragic loss in a car accident.
Tragic.
I mean, just
you don't even know what to say.
You don't. When I heard the news, I was just absolutely stunned. Rory is just a good friend of all of us, and a long time and first football coach here at Glacier Peak High School, and leading Union to the state title last year over Lake Stevens. And just not too long after that, I tell you, his daughter died in the car accident, and we were all just crushed.
Yep, and she was the first football manager here at Glacier Peak.
What's that?
She was the first football manager here at Glacier Peak. And Sarah was a 4-year football manager here, too, and she was a senior. So.
And that's how you get the scholarship, too, isn't it?
That is right.
It's through being a manager for football. Your daughter's a very bright young lady, too, and she's got a great future ahead of her.
That's a three-point basket by number 25.
Alexander buries the three-pointer, 7 in the quarter, 20 in the game, and it is a 22-point lead. Johnson on the other end before that had scored. She's got 8 in the quarter. Alexander going the other way. Just missed on that one. I think we got an offensive foul. That would be against Alexander. That will be her first foul. Second team foul. No team fouls for Lincoln. 2:24 to go in the third quarter.
Into the game for Lincoln.
Is that one of your sons there?
Yeah. That's the famous number 59.
So this is the one that down at, is it Linfield?
George Fox.
George Fox, excuse me. Good deal. And he played here and started, what was his position again for Glacier?
Defensive end.
Yes.
And he got picked up to play at George Fox. And now he's a scientist. Well, he will be a scientist.
Almost, right? What year is he down there?
He is a junior.
Okay. Underneath. Well, that was a slow developing play. We have 3 in the key call. 2:02 to go, third quarter. No doubt about who's in charge in this game. Todd Beamer up by 22 points. Lincoln just having a horrible time with the field goals. Pressure defense for Beamer. And, again, I talk about the game within the game, and how you can work on things. They're working on their pressure defense there. That's Beamer. Missed shot on the other end by Blackburn. And the Titans will have the basketball, 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Alexander with the 20 points, handling the basketball. She's really stood out in this one. Last touched by Lincoln. Lincoln went 1-3 in the postseason last year. 16-8 overall. Again, these teams in the tournament are fantastic. That basket is good. Halo Parks, 4 this quarter, 4 in the second quarter, 8 in the game. Now a 42-18 lead. Biggest lead of the game. Up by 24. Nice fight for the rebound. Asen knocks it out of bounds, or is knocked out of bounds by Beamer. It will be Lincoln ball. Into the game for Lincoln will be Drew Myers, a sophomore. And Todd talking about how at this point in time, it's obviously a 24-point lead for Beamer, and unless something amazing were to work out for Lincoln, it's going to be Beamer's basketball game for the victory. Tough miss. But you also really can work on sets, your defense, your shooting, everything.
Oh yeah.
Less than a minute to go, third quarter.
And when you got a team, like Lincoln, who's struggling a little bit, looks like, and they can work on some stuff and get better. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you develop as a team. It's a mid-season, and these tournaments are great for that. Lincoln with 2 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, 2 freshmen. So you see the youth of this team. Not a big team. They have 1 player at 5 feet, 2 at 5'2", 1 at 5'1", but they also, on the other side of that, have Johnson is at 6'4", and she's a load to deal with down there. Good size. Blocks out well and has played well inside. Held ball. 32 seconds left. That's going to stay on this end. It'll be Lincoln basketball. So now your other son, how old is he these days?
The 23-year-old.
That's the oldest one?
Yeah, the oldest one's 23.
23. And this is Jake, is that right?
Jake is 21.
21.
He just got an internship at the Oregon Institute for Science.
Wow.
Yeah, that's.
Are these science and brain genes coming from Mom Susan?
Yeah, that's not coming from. You look what I'm doing.
Well, I'll tell you what. You may not have the science genes, but you certainly have the technical genes. You have got this figured out, and it's really fun to watch you get new toys through the season. There's a beautiful shot. Halo Parks connects on it. So that would be 3-point basket number 4. That's the end of the third quarter. 45-18. 27-point lead. And in that quarter, Beamer scored 17 points and 8 points for Lincoln. Their best quarter offensively so far. We're going to go to the fourth quarter. Come back with more on STSPN.com.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Again, a big thank you to McDaniel's Do It Center for their support of high school sports, a charter sponsor here in Snohomish and serving the whole community of Snohomish County. Come on up from King County if you'd like to check things out, or from Skagit County. 43-18, a 25-point lead for Todd Beamer. They started things off with a 6-0 lead, and it's been all Todd Beamer since then. Out of the North Puget Sound League against the Pierce County League's Lincoln Aves from Tacoma. Down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. They got some rim that time. That's going to count. I don't know why they fired that horn off or buzzer off, because
By number 10, Sheree Trotter.
it doesn't make a difference at that point in time. They put those two up there. I thought it was 45-18 at the end of the quarter. It should be 47-18. There's a pass inside. That's Johnson now. She averages 18 points a game and has 16. She had 8 in the third quarter. Unless they adjusted something, they have 45-20 up there right now. Okay, we'll go with that. Or maybe they didn't count that basket. I guess they didn't count that basket. Say that the clock went off. Missed shot. Getting the rebound will be Zanaya Banks, the senior. Lincoln in front court working it around, all the way around the arc. And a missed shot. 6:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, the winner of this game will play against Curtis tomorrow at 4:30 as the teams work their way closer to the championship game, which will be Monday at 3:15. I'll be bringing you all 4 with the action throughout the day on Monday, the final day of the tournament. 4 coming up tomorrow. Halo Parks, who's had a strong game, misses a shot. Asen out of backcourt, still playing with those 2 points. They're going to lose it. Turnover number 13 for Lincoln. You know what? They finally put those 2 points up there. So I was right the first time around. I thought they counted. I thought she made it before the buzzer went off. I mean, it went off still, but she'd already made the basket. Alexander misses off the backside of the rim. We'll have the selection of the Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game. In the first game, it was Charlie Arthur from Newport. What a game she had, Todd. 26 points. Balanced scoring all the way through. She was really razor sharp in three-pointers. Hit 4 of them. And in this one, Aaliyah Alexander has certainly had a great one. She has hit 2 three-pointers. Made 7 foul shots in a row. Stolen away. Trotter with the ball. Brian Hunter deserves a great amount of accolades for how well he's put this tournament together these past 2 years to get the tradition started. Down it goes. That's Alexander.
That's a three-point basket by number 25.
Her third three-pointer. We have a timeout called. Todd Beamer taking a full timeout. 4:47 to go. Fourth quarter. They are up by 30. This is their ball game, 50-20. More coming up on STSPN.com.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
We are back here. One of our officials is Robert Polk, and he is also the athletic director for the Everett School District.
Yes.
Oversees 3 high schools, and we certainly appreciate he is accommodating us at those schools, Cascade, Everett, and Jackson, for games. I love announcing at those schools, and Everett is so fun since they redid it. The configuration there of the pit is
Isn't that great?
really cool. It's just a blast to announce games there, and the way they designed it with the area above that you can walk all the way around. It actually reminds one of Everett Community College with that upper track.
Yeah, that's what we brought that up last time we were there. In fact, we were there just last week.
Yeah. And so they have the Bruegel tournament you guys did.
Bruegel.
It's the Cascade Bruins and the Everett Seagulls, which you did on the 6th of December. Doubleheader, Tom Lafferty calling that.
Yep. And we did it.
Oh, look at that floater. Banks drops it in. 4:18 to go, 50-22. Todd Beamer tightens. There's a long pass down to Sterling. Misses the shot. Following through is Halo Parks, 13 points now. Almost midway through the fourth quarter. We got a block right there. That's going to be a foul against Sheree Trotter, which would be her fourth foul, team foul number 4. Just out of bounds for Lincoln with 4:03 to go in the fourth quarter. Checking back in is Brooklyn Humphrey for Todd Beamer. We do appreciate those athletic directors who accommodate us throughout the Western Conference, and we do so much because of the great accommodations provided at the 3 Everett schools here at Glacier Peak and also at Snohomish and Meadowdale.
Yes.
So you'll see a lot of games originating from those locations. And if you like what you see, let the athletic directors know, let the principals know.
Let your boosters know.
Let your boosters know. The booster clubs, who we really enjoy. Jesse was up here earlier from Glacier Peak.
Yep.
And he's a big factor for the booster club here with the Grizzlies. But we really appreciate you booster clubs, and I do a lot of work through those with announcing. They're usually my go-to people for public address at the high school level. 52-22, it's that 30-point lead again. And just a matter as to what the final score is going to be now, because this is Todd Beamer winning the game. They will advance to play Curtis. There's going to be a blocking foul called against Lincoln. Been a tough afternoon for the Abes. Fouls against Banks, her first, just a first team foul against the Abes.
Foul is on number 1, Zanaya Banks, her first personal.
Parks. They'll get another crack at it. And finally, Lincoln ends up with the ball. So Lincoln is just above the Tacoma Dome down there in Tacoma, and they've got the Lincoln Bowl for football, which is one of the classic and storied facilities for high school football in the state. You've also got down there the Stadium Bowl. And so they're right there in Tacoma.
Well, the Lincoln Bowl, I can't get a signal out of there.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a fun place to watch a game and call a game, too. We did one years ago. It was South Kitsap and Cascade. Geez, 25 years ago when Terry Ennis, the legend, was coaching the Cascade Bruins. And that's a fun place to watch a game. They've had a lot of major events down there, too, like boxing and a lot of things. Cool press box as well.
I'll tell you what's fun is watching the cripple here try and get that drink open.
So there you go. Beamer with the basketball under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Better clarify, that's our announcer. He just had surgery on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, he had the rotator. I was wondering, what are you talking about with the cripple? Watch how you say that there.
Yeah, well,
the ADA.
That's what I'm trying to prevent here.
So yeah, you don't need.
We're not just picking somebody out of the crowd.
No, I'm going what? And so that's Mike Buckholz, who actually had his rotator cuff operated on here. What was that? About a month ago now? About a month ago. It's going to be Beamer. Your non-pitching arm. He's hitting 40 on the radar gun. So you're lefty then? Yeah, I should know that by now.
That's good right there. Still at 40.
Still at 40. Not an MPH less. He goes with his changeup. It's a 27. His wife Maggie, who's a staple for these games or when we broadcast for KRKO, is ill today. So we wish her the best. Will she be watching there, Mike? She might be watching. Are the grandkids up? The twins up? That's another foul. That's called against Lincoln, second team foul. Kind of immaterial at this point. I said we might wrap up around 4, and I think that's looking to be about right. Of course, we're going to have the player of the game on. I'm going to put that one, the hammer down right now. It's going to be Ali Alexander, number 25 for Todd Beamer. No doubt there. They have several players on this Beamer roster that play AAU ball, too. Steal and basket by Banks.
Lincoln basket by number 1, Zanaya Banks.
They'll work with the pressure defense. Samani Thomas laying it down. Yeah, Mike Buckholz brings you the next 2 games with play-by-play. Tom Lafferty tomorrow for the first 2, then Buck for the second 2, and I'll be here all day on Monday. Boy, tell you, they fight for it. 1:44 to go, fourth quarter. It's hard to I don't really think I can think of anything I'd rather be doing than calling basketball games during the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or, well, we're calling sports year-round.
You were saying something about you wanted to get over to Target.
Got to return something?
Yeah.
That was a big day yesterday for today, too. Lincoln with the basketball, down by 28. Beamer
nice
not letting up
there.
on defense. Again, stay with the fundamentals. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Next up, Glacier Peak and Mount Spokane. That'll be a great matchup. Mount Spokane had an excellent year last year. They have one of their players coming to the University of Washington, recruited by head coach Jody Wynn, and that is Jada Noble. She is a 6-foot senior. The Huskies will get her next year. Out of bounds it goes. 1:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Inbound pass, that's not going to, I think we had a blocking foul. Yep. But, in prepping for this tournament, Todd, you're looking at it going, at these teams that are in it, like how did they get all that? And Brian Hill, not Hunter. Brian Hunter is the boys' coach. Brian Hill is the girls' coach. Both of them have been here since the start. Can you tell me that year again? Was it 2008?
That's correct.
Okay. So this would be the 12th year of Glacier Peak High School.
You're getting old.
I was just thinking about how it just doesn't seem that long ago that they were coming online, and just how suddenly Snohomish was getting split with athletes and student athletes coming over here. And it's fun to come to both schools.
Absolutely.
Gosh, I love them both, really do. The gyms are excellent size, too. Your sidelines are real good, plenty of seating at both facilities.
Yes.
Beamer taking some time off the clock, 6 on the shot clock. That's going to be an air ball. And again, our postgame guest will be Aaliyah Alexander. She'll get a T-shirt, player of the game. Those are custom made with
25.
Top of the Peak on there. She'll show it on air. So Top of the Peak V-necks. And these are gilding. You get quality T-shirts and nothing but the best here.
Well, V-neck is
for the ladies.
For the ladies.
It's all worked into the STSPN.com budget.
Yeah, which I don't. I only have one pen that I use for that, and it's mostly red.
I'll tell you what, though, to be a part of this and all the new bells and whistles you put in all the time, it's really fun. Oh baby!
My.
How about that? Right before the shot clock buzzer, three-pointer for Forks.
But
that's the ball game.
Ways out.
Put an exclamation point on it. 55-25 as they win it by 30 big ones. And come through with 10 points in the quarter. It was pretty much garbage time down the stretch, just 7 points for Lincoln. We're going to take a break, and we're going to get Aaliyah Alexander real quick here for the postgame show and wrap things up here on STSPN.com before we get Buck in here for game number 3.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200-plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100%
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And a final score, 55-25. Todd Beamer in control, getting the job done after getting out to a 6-0 start, and they win the second game of 12 here for today in the Classic Basketball Tournament, Top of the Peak Holiday Girls Tournament. Mark Ockett along with our player of the game for the Todd Beamer Titans. That is Aaliyah Alexander, 23 points. What a great performance. Congratulations. You are our player of the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he'll get you on the camera right there, too. Now, did you get your T-shirt?
Yeah, I did.
Hold that T-shirt up. You get your T-shirt sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising, so great job. You guys started out with a 6-0 lead, never looked back. Lincoln had a real tough time with the shooting. But what I noticed about Todd Beamer, you came out with real fresh legs. I mean, just lots of energy. Great job. It looks like you conditioned well.
Yeah, we get after it in practice, conditioning, so we were really pumped to play this game, so we wanted to show what we're about.
Well, you sure did, and you personally sure did. You got rolling there. Missed a couple foul shots early. Then you made 7 in a row, and just really connected. You also hit 3 3-pointers. So your game, as we were going along watching it, was consistent from the get-go.
Thank you.
How long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing basketball since about 3rd grade, but my parents just, instilled in me, keep shooting, shoot or shoot. So that's what I made me do.
Paid off, too, and I think it's so important to do well from the foul line. Now, you play AAU ball, too?
Yeah, I played for Tree of Hope this past season.
So you play for Tree of Hope. We had another player earlier, Charlie Arthur.
Yeah.
Teammates. So our first 2 players of the game both play AAU ball for Tree of Hope. Charlie Arthur with Newport, and then also Aaliyah. So some good stuff coming out of there. And so it looks like there's at least 6 players that play AAU, plus what you got going at Beamer. And Federal Way, also a great area for getting up to speed on basketball, isn't it?
Yeah, there's YA that comes out of Federal Way. So most of our players play there, but I play for Tree of Hope.
Isn't that something? What do you like in school?
I really like school.
I mean, which topics, though?
I like science.
Okay.
I want to be a nurse. I want to study exercise science, so science is my thing.
Good for you. So you are a senior. Have you decided where you're going to go to college yet?
Yeah, I committed to, signed to Eastern Washington University. So I'll be
okay,
there.
will you play there then?
Yeah, I'm playing basketball.
So you're going to play for Eastern. That's D1.
D1, yeah.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on that. So we wish you the best, and you have coming up Curtis tomorrow. So you will face, you'll see Ella Brubaker, who had 29 points for Curtis. So best of luck in that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. That is Aaliyah Alexander. We congratulate her on winning player of the game from Adrenaline Fundraising. Todd, we're going to wrap it up. 55-25 the score. Mike Buckholz will take you the rest of the way today. Glacier Peak and Mount Spokane at 4:30. Kent Ridge and East Lake at 6:15. Both are going to be great matchups. Lots of talent in those games. So thanks again, everybody. And again, Mark Ockett saying winning is for today. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. You have something to say. Oh, you're holding your finger up. Okay, thanks again, everybody. Thanks to our sponsors. I'll talk to you on Monday. Got all 4 of them there. Enjoy Buckholz and Lafferty the rest of the way today and tomorrow. 55-25 the final.